The 2004 sandbox game Garry's Mod, developed by Facepunch Studios and published by Valve Software, is a first-person based sandbox game that offers a myriad of player experiences due to its massive collection of props, player models, maps, tools, mechanics, and lack of rational thought, presenting consumers with a sandbox experience like no other. Because of the game's excellent vanilla platform as a base, coupled with its customizational support of mods, tools, and game modes, all of its diverse yet consistently amazing player experiences create an almost flawless gaming venture unparalleled by pieces of software today. As a result of all these positive attributes, and the game working harmoniously, Garry's Mod, or what I've dubbed Mindfuck the Video Game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mindfuck!
Has become my most favorite video game of all time. As a result, I would encourage anybody who's looking for a fun video game to immerse themselves and to give it a shot due to the fact that its various game modes created by its excellent community pose enjoyment to any personality, niche, or interest. Its base concept provides for thrilling user interactivity, and its immense number of possibilities that are executed extremely well make time that's incomparable to any other video game on the market. One of the many aspects of Garry's Mod that makes it so great is its library of different game modes that essentially let a player play something other than vanilla Garry's Mod in Garry's Mod. As paradoxical as it may sound, most every offshoot game modes like these still use the first-person format of Garry's Mod as a base, while not delving too far from the original concept to where it becomes another game, but still being a different mode and style of gameplay. Using the first-person part of the game also keeps cementing the idea in the gamer's mind that the unchanged version of the game is still a wonderful experience, as such a thing wouldn't have made the additional game mode possible. With confidence in the unchanged version of the game and enjoyment of their alternate game modes, this is what gets so many different players creating so many variants to the original game. The diversity in the community of this game has resulted in an uncountable number of variants of the original game, so much to where it's a challenge to not be able to find a game mode that complements any personality type, niche, interest, or want out of the experience. With these game modes essentially being games within Garry's Mod, there are what seems like an infinite number of them and counting to compensate for any type of person who's into video games. As a result of so much variation in what someone can do in the game, this is why I truly believe anyone who's into video games can get a fun, enjoyable, and addictive experience out of Garry's Mod with inconceivable quality.
I got face cancer. You got face cancer? I got the best face cancer, buddy. Got the best face cancer in town. Yeah.
Grouped with add-ons made specifically for said game modes, they only enhance the player's experience infinitely, as immersion and believability broaden an individual's trust in the game. Whether it be being able to play as a hooker in Dark RP, turning into the most unthinkable objects in Prop Hunt, adding to the adrenaline rush when finessing people in Jailbreak, or indulging in a discount version of Among Us in Murder, the possibility for making a player's experience infinitely better are limitless. All of this and more are powered and made whole by the passionate, albeit neckbeard-ridden, community that will not stop putting endless amounts of effort into the game without any financial compensation at all. The community behind this game is truly unlike any other, in the sense that since 2004, this group of people has dedicated so much of their lives into improving the experience for them and others to enjoy. As a result, the gameplay experience has been made immensely enjoyable, from the game's diversity to its customizational ability that inspires people to render a plethora of game modes. Another one of the main principles of Garry's Mod's attributes that makes it such a quality experience is the game's unchanged vanilla state, which in and of itself is an amazing sandbox experience, but also allows for and even encourages customization and optimization according to the player's needs. Once a certain map has successfully booted up after an eon, and granted the player is still alive after that time, the game's sandbox mode gives the player a number of spawnable props, ragdolls, NPCs, and dupes, on a certain map intended for the purpose of building with the game's selection of tools. If the player chooses not to build, they still have a number of things to do, only limited by what their minds can manifest, which may or may not include killing innocent NPCs, having NPCs fight each other, setting off bombs, driving cars like a drunk schizophrenic, recreating the movie Up, misusing planes, shooting melons into Maxon's face. Okay, I think we get the idea. I think it makes sense that the simple idea of making the game for building while giving the player tons of options in terms of gameplay would result in gamers diverging and creating their own niches and types of spin-offs inside the game. Because the Unchanged game is so versatile in the possibilities of what can happen, Garry's Mod can adapt to the expectations of any gaming personality without any prerequisite needs. The core mechanics of it rely solely on what the player will conceive of next, making it unpredictable and effectively a different experience every time the game is launched. It's most certainly possible that this is the reason the game has stayed as relevant as it has since 2004, only helped by the continuous mods and the advent of social media. It's because of the infinite possibilities of this default game mode that players have paired it with their love of video games and their creative intuition to create Garry's Mod into the powerhouse of fun it is today. Thus, the gameplay experience is astoundingly bolstered by the game's core type that empowered user creativity to forge their variations of the game, making it into the better experience I know it as today. I recognize Garry's Mod as one of the many sandbox classics that continues to amaze and entertain me to this day, due to its masterfully constructed slate that allows, encourages, and inspires creative endeavors to satisfy the craving and interest of any gamer. As a result of these aspects working in unison for an amazing gaming experience, I highly recommend anyone to give this game a go, as I'm positive most anyone could get a fun time out of it. Garry's Mod is my most favorite video game of all time.